Guys, I'm going to show you how to use the Select and Mask tool. This is what we went over on Tuesday, but I'm going to go a little more in depth. So this is the image that we used on Tuesday, so I'm going to do this one again. Okay, so the idea is that I want to change the color of the fingernails. Now, here I've got my background. I want to make a copy. Always make a copy of your background. You just really want to be working in as many layers as possible. You can always get rid of layers later. So I've made a copy, and I'm going to come over here to my rectangular marquee tool. This is a selection tool. So when I click on it, over here, the tools are going to change, and up top, you're going to see Select and Mask. Now, here I can go Select and Mask, and it goes to my Select and Mask mode, okay? Now, if you can't figure that out, I'm going to press Cancel. I can always go up to Select and go down to Select and Mask, okay? So you have some options, but we're going to click on this tool here, click on Select and Mask, and your setup is going to change, okay? So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to View, I'm going to click down, and you can change these. I'm going to do on black. I'm going to click off. And what I'm basically going to do is I'm going to paint the areas that I want to change the color of. Now you have some tools over here that will help you do that, okay? So this is the Quick Paint tool. So I can click and then click again. Let's see if it'll do it. Yeah. Click it a couple of times and it kind of understands what it is that you're trying to select. Okay? So let's try another one. Click, click, click. Okay, that one did a pretty good job. Now you can also use the Paint tool. So depending on the amount of contrast in the image, this Quick Paint tool may not work. Okay, so you may have to go in and do it and actually paint it, all right? So this is going to take a little bit more time, but I want to show you how to do it. So I'm just slowly painting this in. And if the brush tool is a little too big, hit your bracket key. You can hit the bracket keys. This is a shortcut. You can hit the left one and it makes it smaller. You hit the right one, it makes it bigger. So this is just a really nice tool, a really good shortcut. Okay, so I'm going to do a small one to go around the edge. Okay. Now you may need to zoom in. Let's see. Press zoom. All right, there we go. So go back to your brush tool. Now this doesn't look as nice as the quick brush tool, but we're going to kind of clean it up, so don't worry about that. And obviously I'm just doing this for you guys. You know, really take your time with this. Do it slowly. Okay, so now I'm going to clean this edge up a little bit. I'm going to make my brush tool a little bit smaller. And I'm going to go along here. All right. I'm going to get this edge here. Just very carefully clean this up. Now, if you have like a mistake, like say you're just kind of painting and all of a sudden you go, oops, I didn't mean to do that, okay? I can come up to the top and go, see it's on a plus sign here. We're going to go to the minus sign and you can just paint it out. Okay? So I can use that to kind of clean up some of these edges. This is a little rough here. Yeah, that looks better. Now again, you see this takes a lot longer than the quick tool here, but sometimes that's just not going to work. I mean, it just depends on the level of contrast. It depends on the image, okay? So now I'm just going to do these 3 fingernails. I'm going to go view, fit on screen. All right. And obviously I would take a little more time with this, but just for the sake of showing you guys, I want to come in here and I want to feather this a little bit, okay? Because if I don't, it's going to be a little sharp. So I'm going to come to feather. Now you can go a lot. We don't want to do that. I just want to show you what it does. It's just going to soften that line a little bit. You really don't need much. All right, that looks pretty good, okay? So I've painted in what I want to select, all right? So down at the bottom, you go to output settings. All right, this is really important. You want to output to, for the first one, output to selection and press OK. Now, you see that what is selected, these marching ants, are around what I just painted, okay? So now I can go over to my adjustment layers, which are over here, and I can go to hue saturation, and I can play around with the color of the nails. So maybe you just want to like slightly change the color, like from this kind of orangey red to a more pinky red. Or maybe you want to make them purple, okay? So this is a great way to just play around with colors. Now, you may need to bump the saturation down a little bit. Let's see. I can bump the lightness down, I can bump it up, you know, you can play around with that, okay? And that is how you change the color of an object in an image, okay? So, close that. Now we've got purple nails. So now I'm going to show you one more thing. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to trash it. Okay. I'm going to go back to selected mask, back to the top, on black. And this time, since I've showed you how to use these paintbrush tools, I'm going to go to the quick tool. Yeah. Okay. Oh, see, look, that's not going to work, right? We don't want that. So I can go to the negative and let's see if it'll, yeah, it just took it away. Okay. Back to the positive. Oh, we got a little of that too. So I'm going to go to my brush tool, go to negative, and paint that out. Again, you know, you want to take some time and kind of clean this up. All right, but for the sake of this, I'm just kind of quickly showing you how to do this. Go to feather, feather it just a little bit. It's a little too much. All right, now I'm going to go down to the bottom, and instead of outputting to a selection, I'm going to show you a different method. I'm going to output to a new layer and press OK. Okay, so now I have these just floating fingernails, all right? So the reason why we want to do this is so now I can clip images to this. So let me go to my desktop. Let me see what I've got here. What have I got? Oh, I think this is what I used in class. Let me just pull that into Photoshop. Okay, so this is the image that I'm going to clip onto my nails. So again, I'm going to take it, I'm going to make a copy of it, grab my move tool, click and drag up to the top, pull it down, and it's going to go on top of my nails. Now that looks pretty good. You may need to transform it so that it's a little bigger or a little smaller. It just depends on your image. So now I am going to clip this onto the nails. So I'm going to go up to Layer and scroll down to Create Clipping Mask. Boom, there you go. And now I have clipped an image to my nails. And this looks really cool. I can go in and change the opacity a little bit. Just a little, actually. Just so maybe it looks a little more natural. That looks pretty cool. So this is why you would want to output to a new layer so that I can clip images or clip patterns onto a selection. So that is how you use the Select and Mask tool. Email me if you have any questions, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.